it'll probably end up being a mental health podcast.
Hey, you know what? We got plenty of those.
Hey, there you go. Mental health is important.
It is. And people, there's so many different, you got people who want to either act like they don't have a problem, or you have people that want to play this game of, I'm too tough to have a problem, and anyone who has a problem is weak. Yeah.
What's that like? I want to be tough enough to not have problems anymore. When do you get there?
The thing is, though, it's like deep down, those are the guys who are like yelling at everyone and being alpha male-ish. And it's like, yeah, I think that's part of the problem. I'm not saying anybody has to be a fucking punk, but when you're running around trying to scream to make us think that you're tough, it's like, you're the least scary dude in this room.
Fuck you, Dante.
Yeah, it's always the quiet people you got to watch out for.
Yeah, the quiet ones bite you in the face. Trust me, I've done it.
Bite you in the face. Fucking pulling a Mike Tyson over there.
Nah. I don't go near the ear. That shit is weird. I go straight for the cheek. I want you to remember me.
You gotta whisper something they'll never forget. It's like, that's the last thing you'll ever hear with that ear is my creepy voice saying, I want to touch your bean.
I'll get up in their ear and say, I'm taking this with me. Right. And you bite them and rip their ear off. Good grief. But,
have we reached you about your extended warranty?
So I've been getting calls about student loans lately. Like, I was like, wow, really? And they're ballsy. They're leaving voicemails.
Oh yeah,
that shit is blowing my mind.
What was it? I haven't talked to my people in forever. I already told them, I was like, listen, I'm broke. You're never getting your money. But they popped up last time I talked to them. I was like, oh, I don't have the money to pay this. And she's like, you don't have the money to pay this? Blah, blah, blah. You have a degree. And she was like giving me shit about not being able to pay $500 a month. I was like, lady, how much do they pay you? I want a job there.
Yeah. You pay $500 a month?
You got an extra $500 just sitting on you at all times? Like, damn, all right. Dude, I'm working. Shit, there you go. Take my bills until then. Apparently it doesn't take long.
If I had just a 500, not even an extra 500, just 500, period.
Yeah, right.
I'd be okay. Like,
yeah, mine goes about as fast as it is anymore. Shit, they cut off my short term, so we're not making any money right now. Yeah. Subscribe to the Patreon.
That's the shit that blows my mind. It's like, they take shit away, and then they're like, oh well, just go out there and and make it back. It's like, I'm like disabled right now. I'm hurt. I can't do anything. I'm incapacitated. So it's not that fucking easy.
This was my doctor who did it too. How fucked up is that?
Your my psychologist.
Yeah, not my therapist, not my psychologist. My therapist was like, oh, maybe if we, cut your funds off, it'll push you to go out and get in the car. I was like, yeah, because stress is going to help with this situation. I'm already having extreme anxiety along with my tactile hallucinations. Let's just go ahead and add being broke and not being able to pay anybody to do anything.
Jesus, man. It's the shit.
We got quality. Yeah. We got quality therapists in Indiana. I don't know if you know this.
Well, I mean, it's Indiana. I didn't even know you guys have fucking running water.
Some days. The weirdest thing I ever ran into when I moved out here, I think you know where Desiree lives. We live out in Salem.
Holy shit!
Yes. They were like,
place is wild.
Oh my god! Yeah, they were like, we had a boil water alert, and I was like, what the fuck is a boil water alert? She's like, you got to make sure you don't drink any of the water out of the faucet. You got to boil it first. And I was like, I'm just not gonna ever drink your all's water.
Yeah,
it tastes like dirt. Really does. Like, I miss Louisville water.
Wow. Okay. So, welcome to the
good
podcast,
intro,
y'all.
Right? Yeah. Welcome. We've aired our grievances with the world.
Yeah.
We invented our mental health.
So for y'all that are listening, the show has started. we've been talking.
If you haven't noticed.
My guest this week is Michael
Hey.
of Why So Nerdy fame.
Yeah.
So
what fame that's left of that?
We're gonna just kick it and get into it. No real theme. We're just talking. I haven't talked to Mike in a while, so
Yeah, I've missed you, buddy. I'm sorry, I've been crazy.
Nah, man. No, life is wild. I've been meaning to really. It's like I'll see a post from you, or not even a post, but I'll just see as I'm, like I said, I scroll through Facebook 10 minutes a day,
Yeah.
and I'll see something. I'm like, oh, I need to check on Mike, and then my fucking gerbil brain, I'll say, I gotta check on Mike, and then it's like, oh, I have an apple in my lunch bag, and then I
Don't
sit
feel
there in the
bad.
corner eating an apple, and it's like, what was I supposed to do again?
Yeah.
Fuck.
See, I've been doing the opposite lately. I've been hyperfixating. So like right now, the stonks are my hyperfixation.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah. Hey, we've doubled our money already. Everybody listening, you need to get on Shiba. Probably by the time you hear this, it might be too late. But you should definitely jump on. It's fractions of a dollar right now. So fractions of a penny at the moment.
Nice.
So hopefully by the time you're listening to this, it's $1 already, and I've retired and has cashed in my ridiculous amount of money.
Was it there's a Tom Brady just threw his 600th career touchdown pass, I guess, and I think Mike Evans caught the pass and threw it to a fan in the crowd. So Tom Brady gave up a ridiculous amount of
it was 6,000 Bitcoin, which is 600 or six. What guy is that? $1 million? Is it $6 million? Hold on. Bitcoin was worth 60 grand as of like 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
So, however, whatever the math is on that, I can't do math right now.
But I was telling my wife that, and she was like, "It's just a ball," and I was like, "Yes, it is, but it's a milestone ball. Most athletes just like if that's your first touchdown catch, your first throw, whatever it may be, that you hold on to those things. So
that and like that dude wipes his ass with that type of money. So I mean,
yeah,
like he's got what 7, 10? How many rings? 7 rings?
6.
6? Okay, yeah, too many. So
he's got more rings than franchises have fucking appearances. Really,
it's ridiculous. I hate him. But I'm proud that he's with the Bucks now. It pains me to say, but at least we're winning.
Well, one of my good buddies who passed away years ago, he is a Bucks fan. He was a Bucks fan. He loved the Bucks, and every off season he would talk about Tom Brady wanted to go play for Tampa Bay. Every fucking off season, he would say Tom Brady's going to Tampa Bay. There are heavy rumors he wants to get traded there. If he goes over, we're in the Super Bowl. He said this every year up until the day that he died. Well, not the day he died, because the day he died, he wasn't saying shit. He was fucked up from a car accident. So
way to fucking bring the room down, Dante.
And then I tell you, I'm the fucking fun police. For fuck's sake. But yeah, so
he wouldn't say shit because he's dead. Thank you.
So
please talk about me like this when I go.
When the Super Bowl happened, it didn't really click. It didn't hit until after they're celebrating and everything, and I just started crying. I was like, oh shit, this is what this dude was always saying, and I wish he was here to have seen that, but at the same time, if you were, I would have will you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
All right. No one fucking cares about Tom Brady. Go away.
It's a tainted win. It really is. You're like, oh, I feel dirty because it's a Tom Brady win, but also, yay Bucks. Like we haven't won anything since Warren Sapp retired. So, and that was like ages ago.
There's this weird thing though with sports where, like I was thinking about the other day. So I went to a Ravens game, and I'm from Detroit. I'm a Lions fan. I'm gonna cheer the Lions all the time. Michigan Wolverines, go blue, all that shit. But
sports ball.
As I'm sitting there at the Ravens game, and the Ravens are beating the shit out of the Chargers, and I'm just thinking, like, I'm looking around at the crowd. I was like, who fucking cares? Like, why do we fucking care?
Life's so weird, man. Humanity
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Like,
We're in the Matrix.
oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely they need to fix my code because it's all fucked up right now. I need to rewind.
When people talk about we're in a simulation, the only argument I have against that is like, I would not have chosen this simulation.
Right? Why does my simulation suck?
It's like,
Like,
is there a glitch? Is there a bug?
you
Did I
know,
get a virus?
it does make sense though because I like hard games, so maybe that's what I did.
Maybe.
Like, you know,
What?
I feel like it would have been way worse. I think if I would have went with like the Dark Souls version.
It was like when I used to play Diablo 2. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd go in and I'd go and just try to fucking, do it as backward as possible. I wouldn't get rushed. I wouldn't get any help. I would just go through the game myself.
Yeah.
But once I built up my character, I would go and help everybody else.
Did you get the funky characters? I was always into like if everybody was doing this. Like, do you remember the singer Barb?
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, the
where you do the
cry.
shouts.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm running right now.
So I always
had a necro.
So I couldn't use a necro because it would fucking glitch my computer whenever I would spawn. Like it would just fuck the computer up, and I was like, okay, I can't use a necro. I can't use a druid. Assassins were tough because if I threw lightning, fire traps, it would glitch the computer. So I started using a lightning sword, and
that was better for you.
The lightning sword, yeah,
really
much better. I had no issues.
I almost broke my Xbox the other day using my lightning source.
When I use the ice sword, glitch computer. Fire sword, glitch computer. Light, not a problem. Like that's all the lightning characters though, like Boson, never had an issue with using lightning. Javazon, never had issues in lightning. I didn't really do the Javazon too much.
Javazon's sick.
No, they are. It's just I don't know. There was just something about them. I love that light sword. They just step onto the scene and just wipe everything out.
Dude, that chain lightning's nasty. Yeah.
Fuck yes, dude. I'm starting to get a boner just thinking about it.
See, you need to
get back up and play.
Yeah, you need to get back on. Fucking if you got an Xbox, you can come play with me. I just lost my poor necro, unfortunately. I guess from where I have the old school Xbox, like I got the Xbox One instead of the Xbox X Series X or whatever it is, the big brick.
Oh, the block.
Yeah, the big block. Yeah. Since I don't have that, I have really long loading screens, but the game will load up faster than my actual box will read the game. So I'm just standing in the open when I use a waypoint for a set amount of time. Dude. So I decided to, I was just playing the game. I was like, fuck it. I'll go out and, play while I'm waiting for my buddy to get here. Fucking I die in the fucking load screen. And we're playing hardcore. So, level 47 dude just, out of nowhere for no reason whatsoever other than I have an old box and I'm broke. That's that's so fucked up. I was tore up. That was right after Millie pooped all over the fucking she rubbed poop on the wall. Thanks. I hope she's hearing about it today.
A lot of shit going on, it sounds like.
Dude, all at the same time. Yeah, it is funny because that sort of perks to the it's a simulation because she did that and I was like, all right, she's in a room now, she's in trouble. I was like, I'm gonna go relax and I'm gonna go sit and play Diablo. And then as soon as I logged on, as soon as I got my character in the room, he fucking died in a load screen. I was just like, I just don't I want to die. I was like, that's it. I was like, it's over.
It's with video games, I just started playing Madden again just because it's football season. Even though I don't really care a whole lot about football, playing Madden still brings me a little bit of joy. Yeah. But not to the point like my buddy, he's always like, let's play a franchise, online. I'm like, I don't want to, because he always talks about our one friend. He's like, he won one game in 3 years. It's like, that doesn't sound fun.
Right.
None of that at all is fucking fun.
Do you want to play a game where we pretty much just sit here and watch numbers for a while?
Yeah. It's like getting beat at a game like that is not fun. It's like going to jiu-jitsu and getting my ass kicked. That's weirdly fun, but it's also like
You learn
I'm
something.
I'm
Yeah.
learning. I'm getting a workout.
Mhm.
There's like camaraderie. That fucking
Mhm.
C word I can't say.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, sure. Fucking rub it in. But there's all that to it, and then I just take that from. But like playing Madden against strangers, and not just strangers, friends. It's like we should all do it as friends, and it's like I don't want to play with you all. I don't like you. Like, and not only that, I don't. And let's say you are beating the shit out of me. Like, okay, so what? You can rub it in and brag, so then I can beat you up because I know jujitsu. Because that's how that goes. It's like I'm better than you at video games. I'm better at you. Better than you
I'm
at
gonna
fighting.
fucking fight you.
It's like, here, come sign this waiver.
You're fun to play video games with, Dante. You sound like a good time.
I'm a fucking horrible time.
Dude, you would hate playing with my friends. Fucking we specifically get on games and it's like, hey, you want to play this? And then if we cheese you and beat you, the first words out of their mouth is get fucking wrecked or like something like that. We piss each other off and then it's like, all right, good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
So no, that is fine though. If I agree to play the game.
Oh, okay.
If I'm like, yeah, like, because I feel confident that I can play, I'm
Mhm.
good. All right, cool, let's do it. Because I'm going to be on the shit talking too.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong. Again, I think I'm good at Madden. I enjoy Madden. I'm not play online good. Fuck all that noise. Because those kids
so trash at sports games.
like, I don't think I'm good at any of them. Not a single one.
No.
Baseball, hockey, basketball.
I played the hockey one for a little bit with me and my buddy, but we lost too many controllers. So we stopped playing hockey, but I did go over to my buddy Tyree's house, and the one time I played a basketball game, I played an NBA game with him. I played a Dwayne.
Surprise! His name's Tyree.
Yeah.
You played a basketball game.
How
No
dare
shit.
you? How dare you, sir? That was all you. That was not me. But I had Dwayne Wade on the fucking the Heat, and literally I didn't pass the ball to anybody. I just gave it to Dwayne Wade and just slammed it every single time, and he was getting so mad because he's really good at the game, but he just could not stop Dwayne Wade.
I mean, and there are those glitches too that everyone hates. It's like you'll get that one guy that's like, they're not good, but you can't stop that one thing that they can do.
Oh yeah, the low kick in Street Fighter, man. Fucking pieces of shit.
Trash.
My cousin who used to yell "get wrecked" as he did the same move over and over and over again. You're fucking trash. It's like you've literally pressed one button. I hope that button breaks.
I hope he presses so much it doesn't work anymore.
Right? It's like, what are you gonna do now?
Like, do you even know how to punch? Can we pause? Like,
Give me one combo.
Like, Sophie. So I still have an old Nintendo Wii.
Yeah.
And I had Street Fighter on there.
Ooh.
So we got the controllers. We plugged it in. I actually took a pic. I don't know if it was a picture or a video. And it's her sitting there excited. And I think it's a video. And it's her smiling like a big cheese smile. And then I pan to the TV and I say, she has no idea what she's in for. There's no video of the aftermath, but she was just pissed. She's like, Dad, I don't know what to do. It's like, just punch me, kick me. I don't know what to do.
Press a button and then catch this ass whooping. That's what you're about to do.
She's gotten a little okay at it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't put her up against anyone, but she's fine against computer, and it's like, okay, like you're getting it. But
my stepson finally found a game he could beat me in. He's super excited about it. You played Splitgate at all?
I have not.
It's really good. It's sort of like, so it's like if Halo and Portal had a weird baby. Yeah, it's a shooter with portal physics. So, and he got really good at it. I'm sort of impressed with it, but like, I've been beating the poor kid in Smash Bros for like the last several years. So, I've been waiting in line for a good ass whooping. But.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that's earned. at some point. It's like, look, you earned this one. I deserve it. You got.
Oh yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, I deserve every second of this. I was like, thank you.
When Sarah used to nanny this one family, actually, I used to teach the oldest kid. So really, one of my former students, basically, we were playing SSX Tricky on
I missed that game.
PS2, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he would always, he was good. He was just beating my ass. So when he'd be at hockey practice, I'd be at the house practicing and learning. And it's I got upset. This was when I was younger, so my attention span for that kind of shit was there. So I got fucking great at this game. Then I decided, because it was hockey season, I'm not going to see him at all. He's got games, he's got practice. So I decided I was going to break all the records on the fucking game, and not just break all the records. Every point of every record slot, all 10 had my name.
Oh wow.
So I was like, fuck you. Then I came back one day. He obviously caught wind of it. He erased it. So I went back
the whole game
and set all new records. It's just okay, you found a game that you can beat me in. I'm proud of you. But now I'm going to master this game. And you're going to wish you never met me. So like that, I'll do that to kids.
But, so fucked up.
But
I can't say
it's like, hey, let's go online and play Madden. Fuck that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that kid.
I don't want to be the kid in this situation. See, I'm fine with getting a good ass whooping. Like fucking, I if I learn something, I'm totally fine with it. But if you cheese me the whole time, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Like I'm very much like that. Like that. That's why I was so pissed earlier about the Diablo thing. I don't know if you ever played hardcore or not. Hardcore's for the big boys. Yeah.
That was not my world. I was fuck that.
Yeah. The whole you gotta baby your health. Yeah, it's rough. But I don't mind losing characters, because you learn what you did wrong. You find it's what did I do in this situation? How did I get done? You do get pissed. That's a lot of dead time now.
But you know what you're going into, though.
Yes, and that's why it was funny because I felt bad. Me and my buddy, I play with a guy on online. We've all been friends for 15 years. We just went on a road trip. Speaking of which, not too long ago. Nice. It was the saddest road trip. Our friend passed from COVID, so we all went down. We all went down and saw her. Yeah. But it was the first and last meeting. It was very bummer. But anyway, not to be the Debbie Downer, but
no, that's me. I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, we played for years together, and so he didn't know the situation already, but I'm sitting there explaining it to him. I was like, man, if I would have just fucking learned something, I wouldn't have been that mad. And I was like, but this fucker dies in a load screen. What did I learn? I need to be richer and have a better fucking Xbox. I was like, that's not a fucking lesson to learn here.
It's not a learning lesson,
right? I've learned nothing.
A learning moment.
Yeah. What am I supposed to take away from this shit? Because it's happened twice in that game, and I thought I fixed it when I made the necromancer, and I was like, because he usually has a posse with him. You got 20 fucking dudes with you.
Yeah.
I walked into the room thinking, oh, I'll just go kill some people, but the load screen was so long that I didn't have time to even see the people coming at me. So I was just dead when I came. It literally went from black screen. You remember the old Diablo loading screen where it's the door glowing? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the door opened and it said, "Your what was it? You've died. Your progress will be remembered." Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, you fucking!" I was like, it took everything in my being not to launch that controller through that television. If I wasn't so broke, if I win this, if this Shiba coin goes up, I'm gonna spike that controller through the television as a celebration dance.
The controls are like, "What did I do to you?"
That's how Dez is gonna. Yeah, that's how Dez is gonna know that we actually hit it. I was gonna walk into the living room and spike a controller through the TV and be like, "I've been waiting months for this."
Look, if I come into any large amount of money, the way that my wife will find out that we won, I'm gonna walk in a fucking mink coat. She's like, "It is July." Yeah, I know. It's real mink.
I'm gonna buy you one now when we hit it. We're getting 6 mil if it hits $1, but
send it to me in July.
There you go. Absolutely, yeah.
Just
I only have 3 mil, so I can't buy anything too luxurious. How am I supposed to feed my kids?
That sounds like some
Never
what,
forget.
who said that? Fucking
Uh,
Des Bryant, or not Des Bryant, fucking Dak Prescott.
yeah.
They're
How am I
trying to give him
supposed to feed my kids on 15 million? It's like,
oh my
fuck
god, yo.
you, dude.
Yeah, when I
I just
heard
got done
that,
watching. I just got done watching The Replacements. That line actually clicks with me. You know how expensive insurance is on a Ferrari? It's like, fuck you, dude.
yeah, fuck off. Like,
Sell the fucking Ferrari, you piece of shit.
you're the reason why I want to
Get
run
a-
people over.
Right? Get a fucking Honda. Stop being a dick.
And it's funny because that's always my thought is like, if I win the lottery or hit a big stock or anything,
Yeah.
my car, my car's a Nissan Versa.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's fine. It runs. I'll stick with it.
Right?
Like, no need to change.
If I'm ever able to get back, I can't say that. I should say when I am able to get back in the car. There we go. We're being positive here. We're being positive. When I'm able to get back in the car, if I do hit that money, I do want to get a nice car, but I don't want it to look like a nice car. Does that make sense? Like I want it to be a junker from the outside, and then you open the door and it's like luxurious on the inside. I've always wanted that because I just want the moment of me walking away from my junker car and I go, boop, boop. Locking eye contact with somebody who's walking near it and just like keep walking. I just want that moment.
It's like look under the hood and it's like, holy shit, what is this?
All nice and chromed out. Yeah.
This isn't what I was expecting. Exactly, bitch. You made assumptions.
Yeah, right. Don't judge it from the outside.
Dumb fuck.
I don't know. I couldn't judge it from the inside. I don't know anything about cars. They would just show me silver painted. Yeah, they would just take an old busted car and just silver paint the fucking hood and shit and be like, yeah, it's all new in there. I'd be like, yeah.
That's why whenever we go like get my oil change, I'm like, I start Googling shit before I go in. I'm like, you make sure these motherfuckers don't try to hit me with some bullshit. Come here. Yeah, so your Freon cap is loose. Oh, okay. Well, how much that's going to cost you? $700. Weird.
See,
for a cap? Are you sure?
Freon cap sounds like a thing that I've been ripped off about before. So that might. I think I've caught that scam before.
Like, what was it when my transmission blew?
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, at that point in my mind, I was just like, okay, it was a good run. Fuck it. And then one of my friends, he just randomly, weirdly, he was at a Nissan dealership and found out there's a recall on something going on with my car. It didn't affect my transmission, but we got it over to the shop and they're like, hey, your transmission's still under warranty.
Hey,
I was like, oh shit. And kudos to that fucking dealership for doing that because when I called him back, because he left me a voicemail saying that I owed nothing. So when I called him back, I was on that straight like, so what do we talk? He was like, oh, what do you owe? I was like, yeah, I didn't know how to say it though. He was like, yeah, you don't owe anything. It's free. You're under warranty, and do you have the recall stuff? Everything's taken care of.
You at least like touched his pee afterwards, right? Like you had to do something.
I'm
just a handy or something. Yeah, I was about to say, damn, that's a lot of money you saved.
Full foot job, son.
Full foot job. Kudos for people who do that because that's got to be a hell of an ab workout.
I mean, I guess that's some weird shit to me because it's like, what if they slam their foot down too hard? You catch a heel to the nuts.
I mean, maybe. I feel like if you're into feet, you're probably into that. I don't know.
I guess.
If anybody listening has a foot fetish, we won't blow you up, but I do want to know. Hey, please email or let us know because I would love to know.
You cats out there in Germany, oh wow, y'all some freaks. I know y'all out there listening.
Don't kink shame, when people are into weird shit, whatever makes you dick hard, right?
I don't kink shame, but I do give the people's eyebrow. I'm like, that's I want to say weird, but
I feel bad. I might have talked about this before, but I went to criminal justice school. And so one of the things we had to do was we had this big book of fetishes because sometimes fetishes end poorly and you end up dead. So we had to learn about the ones that are dangerous. Yeah. And so like we had to watch a video on, you ever heard of crushing?
Please share.
All right, everyone in here. Hopefully, somebody was laughing with me because I don't seem like a weirdo. But so it's when big girls sit on cakes or food and stuff.
I have heard of that. I didn't know it was called blushing.
Yeah, we had to watch a video. This is school. I paid money to learn about this, Dante. I paid a lot of money to go to college to learn about big girls sitting on cakes and watermelons and shit. And I looked at my teacher. I was like, "Do we need this?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "What if she sat on somebody and she died or something? You got to know, it was an accident because of said situation." Or people are into, what was it? We used to flip the book, so we had a whole back page that was just fetishes, right? And you flip a page and you read one off of the page. And let me tell you, do you know there's people that will rape your armpit?
I do now.
Right. You're welcome. How?
Yeah. Imagine being the prostitute getting that call from your John saying, "Baby,
I want you
just
to
want
lube
the
up your
armpit."
Lube up real good.
I love pointy elbows. What the fuck?
That bend right in between your elbow. I want that shit.
I want the meaty part.
I want you to flex your bicep.
It look like Popeye.
I hope you've been eating your spinach.
People are into some different things, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We all like different stuff, but the crushing, that shit. I'm probably gonna. I probably shouldn't do it on the work computer.
Yeah, you absolutely should. You absolutely should. Listen, most of them are safe for work. They played it for us in school. I think. Don't get me wrong, we were all adults, but then we did watch a BDSM.
Oh no, I was just
that was pretty wild.
I was just talking about just looking up straight up fetishes. Period.
Oh yeah, it's
all of them.
The list is weird. I can send. I'll send you some of the pages in that book. I'll take pictures of them and send them to you. I still got it around here somewhere. I pull it out every so often. I'm like, especially if I have friends over or something, they've always I've told this story before. They're like, "This is the book of legend."
You all gather around, you open it up, you start glowing.
Oh yeah, it's sort of like the box from Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
It's like everybody just ooh, it's beautiful.
Oh, does that say they have sex with inflatable pool toys? Oh, that's interesting.
I hope it's the unicorn.
The unicorn.
It's my favorite.
That one makes sense at least. You could push the horn in, right? Yeah, it'll work. You can make that work.
I mean,
it's the car one that gets me. You ever seen that one?
Yeah, that
they make toys for it, and I was like, why are you putting your? I mean, like I said, I don't want to kink shame, but
I'll go for that one.
That's dangerous, right? Does it? How long do you run the car for a safe temperature? What's the golden rule, and who's the poor person that had to find that out?
Someone has to have that on Reddit or something. Like the exact temperature.
Heat your car for 10 seconds. You got to rev it in between 20 and 25. 20 and 25, just 3 pumps. 3 pumps like that, and you're good. You got to shut it off. Any more, you'll burn your shit.
Here's the magic number.
Right.
Dude, if people are still in up to this point, they're definitely checking out. They're
please Google said things.
Although
you're welcome, people.
I wonder sometimes when people are listening, if they get to a certain point, they're like, "All right, we trust him. He'll turn it around. He'll turn the ship around." And I'm like, "No, I won't."
And that ship just keeps going over the waterfall.
But no, so off the mats, I try to be a little bit more tamed and like responsible. On Colompton, fuck that. I usually open up that episode with some kind of a just weird question, and then we proceed to drink beer and cuss.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I totally forgot to make myself a drink.
So
I didn't take my medicine though, so I'm sort of on a tipsy loop.
So my friend, I'm not sure where she got this microphone and these headphones, but
it sounds nice.
I think this might be the first time I'm using it. I think might be the second. I don't, because I
get real close and give them the ASMR.
Like, my friend, she texted me one day. It was like, "Look, I have a microphone and headphones." I was like, "Oh, you're doing a podcast? That's cool." She's like, "No, no, no. Do you want it?" I was like, at first, I was like, "Well, no." She told me what it was. I was like, "No, I can't use it because the mixture takes the XLR ports,
Mm-hmm.
and this is USB." And then I was like, you know what? It'll be a lot easier to record like upstairs and just kind of on the go
Yeah.
without carrying the like I have a smaller mixer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of wires. Well, really, it's just one cord. What am I saying? I'm fucking dumb. But
So
still,
many wire
but I was like, well,
everywhere.
it's easy. It's going to be easier to use this. So I was just like, all right, I'll keep or I'll take it. And then here we are. But I'm upstairs in my room. That's the big part of it is I'm lazy and my
Yeah.
basement is creepy.
Hey, I
So
get that.
I don't want to sit down there by myself while recording.
Creepy basement.
Oh, well, and also these
It's like
headphones.
ghosties.
Yes, and it's that time of
Ooh.
year. You
Oh,
know,
spooky
Oc-
season.
October, November, December, it all gets creepy to me.
I'm so bummed. Like, I'm sick. I'm having mental issues for anybody who doesn't know what's going on. I'm sure we talked about it in the beginning. But
Mm,
I used to love horror films, like love them. And we were talking about doing that
yeah,
yeah. But from where I'm envisioning what's happening, like so I have to watch myself go through all the fucking horror film kills, and it is
yeah,
not a fun time. I tried it out the other day because I miss them. I really do. I used to like I told you I like the really shitty ones.
yeah,
I tried to
yeah,
watch a real bad one, thinking like maybe it's so unrealistic that it might be okay. No, unfortunately not. Brain will fill the pockets in. But man, I wanted to watch the Snowman. I wanted to show Des
yeah.
the what is it, Jack Frost? Yeah, Jack Frost.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. I was like, I want to show you this so bad. And I was like, but I can't watch it. They did watch the oh shit. Banana what are there was an old TV show, and they were like a dog with glasses and stuff like that. What are they called? The Banana Ramas or the Banana
Mm,
Splits? You remember
so,
those?
sounds familiar, but
If you Google search it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
it's funny because I want to, but I'm afraid. Even though the computer is fine, I'm
Yeah.
afraid to try to
Here,
Google
hold
it
on.
while we're on.
Yeah, I'll do it on
You
my
know,
phone.
I'm gonna test
Well,
it
there you go.
because
Worst case
let's
scenario, it
see.
cuts off. We'll split it together. Oh,
The
if there's a
Banana
weird pause here, you know what happened, guys.
American television show. All right, let's see here.
I think it's the Banana
Okay,
Splits.
yeah. Okay, now I
Yeah,
definitely know these.
there's a horror film with them. You should definitely check out. I heard the kills are gruesome. I had to sit in my room. Unfortunately, I was very sad. But my stepson and my girlfriend watched it, and I heard great things. They're like
Um,
animatronics, I guess, or something, and they do like the Freddy Five Nights at Freddy thing. Speaking of
okay.
which, things I saw before I got sick, thank God. The
Mm.
Nick Cage fucking Freddy Five Nights
So,
at Freddy movie.
so yeah,
What was
someone
that called?
I can't remember what the fuck it was called because
Oh,
someone wanted to do like a commentary show.
oh God, can we do that when I get
Y'all can
better?
y'all
Oh
can
my
do
God,
that.
you don't want
I
to watch it?
I have a hard time with Nick Cage.
It's so bad and it's amazing.
I think
Like,
that's why I have a hard time. It's like it's
yeah,
so bad. And it's like, dude, I know what you're capable of.
uh-huh. Well, he's just so well aware of what he is now.
Well, yeah, and that's the
Like,
thing. Like, well, I think also there's just this anger
yeah,
about jujitsu where there is no
that
fucking jujitsu in the fucking movie. It's
I
it's
think
like
wasn't I the one that watched it with you shortly after? We were supposed to talk about it on a podcast, right?
now.
Or something like that.
My wife wanted to do the same thing. She was like, "Let's turn on the microphones, turn on the
Mhm.
movie, and go." And I was like, "Let's not," because I have a hard time. Well, because if I haven't watched the movie, especially, I don't want to
Mhm.
have it on and do a commentary. Now, if I've watched the movie and then we're doing a commentary on it, it's
Mhm.
easier because it's like I don't have to watch, I don't have to pay full attention. But if I've not seen the movie, I want to be involved. It's like I
See,
want to watch this.
that's why you watch shit movies to where you don't actually need any of the content. and you just observe and make fun of it.
But I'm that way with just anything because for me, it's
Do
like,
you think you could get that way with Thanksgiving though? Really?
yeah.
Oh my
Well,
God. Watching you
because
zone out on Thanksgiving would be my favorite.
for me, it's like if I'm given the time to watch this, like if I'm taking time out of my day to watch this movie, I want to take in everything I can possibly take in about this movie. You remember the fucking show Heroes
Yeah.
and Siler? How
Mhm.
basically that was his power. He was taking everyone's power. He had to know how everything worked.
Yeah, the clock
Yeah.
guy. Yeah. I
That's how I
love that.
am with like movies and music. It's like
Uh,
I have to like absorb it. Like if I'm watching a movie, like we had people over to watch the new Halloween,
mhm.
and the rule was like we're watching this movie, we're turning the lights off, we're doing this like we're in a theater. Like
Nobody talks.
don't fucking talk. Like we made a couple jokes like at
Yeah.
like quiet points,
Mhm.
but but I'm that way with fights too. When I have company over for fights,
Mhm.
I'm like, dude, if it is not fight related, do not fucking talk to me. Like and like the last UFC card I had guest over, and my buddy he came over, and two of our other friends came with him, and they were talking about football. And
Yeah.
I was kind of joking with them, but
Mhm.
kind of still semi serious. I turned around, I was like,
Joking, but I wasn't.
hey, tonight is fight night and tomorrow's football. So shut the fuck up about football.
You.
Talk about fucking fights. And I kind of gave him like a little like smirk,
Yeah.
like letting him know like I'm fucking with you.
And
But
they were
no,
like,
really.
"That's a psychotic smirk."
Um,
He's lost his
so
mind.
so the when the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight came up,
Mhm.
we went up to the casino to watch it. And we were talking about it. He and I were talking about it afterward on Columpton Social Club.
Mhm.
And one thing I pointed, I was like, look, we all paid roughly. Well, if you got the basic ticket, it was $37.
Mhm. We all paid that.
And well, no, some of them got like the more expensive package, so they can get
Oh.
drinks and food. I got the basic shit because I'm a basic bitch. So, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, we could have just the fight itself was $80 on pay-per-view.
Mhm.
We could have all kicked in less than $20 and bought our own alcohol and ordered whatever kind of food we wanted and had a good time. And he was like basically talking about, well, that's the thing. It's like when you go out, you can make mess, you can like just be loud and da 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 and talk about whatever. When he said talk about whatever, I was like, bro,
You're like, I don't want to be involved in this anymore.
like that's a shot at me. Cause
You've lost me.
like because like if you're at my house when we're watching at least UFC, I don't get like boxing is different, but even still,
Yeah.
when we went to do kind of a talk about the fight card, like just a recap, he was going straight to the main event. I was like, no, bitch, there are other fights on that card.
There were some
Like,
pretty good fights on that card.
yes,
Like,
like
what
I don't
was it?
I don't
Wasn't
think it.
there?
What's that?
I'm trying to think of the people who fought. Like, wasn't there a female fight? Right.
On
That one was beastly, right? Was that fight?
boxing card, no,
Yeah.
not that.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the MMA. Sorry, we watch and we were watching a bunch of different fights at once. So,
So
but the Tyson fight was it was really good.
yeah, that fight, God,
Tyson Fury, he
that entire
laid him
card
out,
was
man.
so good, but that main event, holy
That
shit.
dirty boxing was disgusting.
Yeah,
That is 100% what won him that fight. Like, who was the other guy? Dante Wilder?
Deontay Wilder.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, he outboxed Wilder. It was just
Dude,
it was just but Wilder has that power.
that
He
right
dropped him twice.
hand. Yeah. Like it looked like it ripped people's heads off. Like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So like, but the problem is that he started what was it? I think it was like the fifth that he just swung a bunch of them. And me and my buddy were like, yeah, he's done. And he's like, he's gassed now. That's game over.
Well,
And then he just got beat to death for the rest of the rounds.
Apparently his right hand was broken at that point.
Oh god.
Around the fifth or the sixth.
Yeah. Now is this the other thing? Like, last time his armor was too heavy, so what's his name came out in all Spartan gear this time, which was the biggest fuck you I think I've seen in a long time in boxing.
So I believe his hand was because the way he was throwing his punches were a little weird. Yeah. He was still winging them.
Yeah.
Because at this point you're going off the adrenaline. but they did look a little weird. So
Yeah.
I believe his hand probably was broken, but it's just one of those things where it's like,
No.
damn, dude.
Yeah.
And as great as great of a fight as that was,
Mhm.
it's almost like, do we need another one?
Now, so
Like,
my only thing, I do have one complaint about the whole fight.
hmm,
That count was
yeah,
super long. Super long.
yeah,
I think in all honesty, I think he lost there, but like it could have been close. I mean, I've seen refs do some weird shit sometimes where they're just like, this is a really good fight. We want it to go more rounds, just keep going.
yeah. That's what makes boxing kind of dangerous, though, because it's like
Mhm.
you could get clobbered,
Oh yeah.
get like dropped, get up at 8, and you probably shouldn't be in it, but you're up,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and get your brain mushed some more. And
Oh yeah,
we
that poor man. What was he bleeding out of his ears at the end, right?
oh yeah, well yeah, that was the second fight where he was just
Oh no, it was this fight too. Did
was
you
he
see him
bleeding
at
out of his
the end?
ears?
Yeah, dude
I
had to
didn't
go to the
see it.
hospital again. That man just
Mhm.
beats him to death, dude. I know he talks a big game, but dude's fucking crazy good boxer.
No,
Like, Fury is
but
amazing.
not just that, he's smart. He's a
Yeah.
smart boxer because he came in overweight on purpose.
Hmm.
It's like because he's gonna lean on you and make you carry his weight too.
Yep. He dirty boxed the ever loving shit out of that man. It was so great.
I
Like, it's been
mean,
a long time since I actually sat down and enjoyed a good boxing match. Like I think the last one was
same.
Tyson coming back. I watched
Mm,
his sparring match to where he was, having fun with
yeah,
Roy
Roy
Jones.
Jones.
Yeah,
It was a fun fight. It wasn't,
yeah,
you
until
know,
what was it? Uh Roy Jones Jr. started grabbing on Mike too much, and I watched him rip him out of his shoes with a right uppercut to the body. I wish.
eh,
Did you watch that fight? If you
yeah.
zoom in, you don't even have to zoom in. Just I think it's the fourth round to where he rips Jones out of his shoes. Like he's just letting him know he's like, this could be over at any moment. You're lucky to be alive, type of deal.
They said we could have hit in the head.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We got lucky.
Oh my god,
But
man.
that's the thing. It's like with boxing, it's rare that I'm really, really into like, like if I'm watching boxing, like you say, hey, we're watching the boxing card.
Mm-hmm.
Just again, by the way my brain works, I want to watch everything on that card, and I want to be in it. I want to absorb it and take it in, and just be because if we go back and talk about it later, I want to be able at least to recount something
Yeah.
versus like at the very least, if you're like, hey, did you see those two big fucking Vikings fighting? That one fucking Nordic dude, like, yeah, that fucking dude that looks like he probably worked in a lumber yard, and they just said, hey man, you should probably box.
Right.
He
Like
said,
you should
you're
rip
right,
people's heads off now.
because I think he was like 6'7", and then
You
or
talking
six
about
nine.
are you talking about the mountain?
Yeah, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Uh,
There's a fight on the Wilder at Fury card.
oh, I must have missed
Um,
that one.
it wasn't the co-main event. It was right before the co-main event. But these two, I can't remember the names, but this one white dude, he was like 6'9", and the other one was 6'4", and it was like just watching that fight. It was like holy shit! Like the one dude had no kind of like he had nothing to offer.
Yeah.
He was just getting his ass beat.
Like,
But
there's a lot of things that I'm like, size doesn't matter, but I feel like boxing isn't one of them.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you can jujitsu your way through a bigger guy, or like you can twist them up. But I mean, when you're just stand up fighting some dude, you better be on your goddamn A game, because if not, you're getting knocked the fuck out. Just it's how it works. He's got inches on you. He's gonna hold you back.
I mean, even in jiu-jitsu though too, it's very it's like you can go in there and be the smaller guy and
Mhm.
still put a beating on the bigger guy. But if you're going against a bigger guy who knows jiu-jitsu just as well as you,
Yeah.
you're probably going to lose. Or there's something too. Um, it's like if you're doing jiu-jitsu Like, let's say I'm just wrestling around with my cousins,
Mm-hmm.
family reunion, bullshitting,
Sounds like a
and
true story.
well, my cousin tried to pick me up, and I fucking put him in a guillotine. He was like, okay, try it again, bitch. Like, they always say to me dumb shit like, well, what if I have a gun? I'm like, do you have a gun now? No. Well, then you're gonna get fucked up. That's what's gonna happen. Like, I hate that when they're like, well, it's a good they didn't have a gun. Well, since they didn't, they got fucked up.
Right, and it's
So
like,
shut
well,
the
they
fuck up
didn't
about
have
it.
that. If
I
I had
mean,
a tank, like, I
yeah.
mean, where do you draw the line?
I mean, it's the same discussion of like, well, I mean, if I had
I,
$10 million,
if
like,
I had
well,
a
I don't.
superpower, I
Right.
got super speed. How you gonna beat me now?
But it's like if you're, if I'm out there grappling with my cousins, chances are I'm gonna not even let it be close
Mhm,
because you could fuck around, you could still get fucking put in a bad position.
mhm,
But a lot of times, when anyone is like so proficient at one thing and someone who doesn't do it at all, you can
mhm.
still fuck up because there's an expectation of what they should do and they're not doing it.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, well, fuck it. Like my neighbor, he came over and trained. I think he did the trial, and we were working back takes in the rear
Mhm.
naked choke. So when it
Sounds
came time to
sexy.
go, oh boy, was it? So when it's time to go live in spar, we weren't going full clip because
Yeah.
he's new. I mean, he's an army vet, but
Mhm,
still, it's like they do some grappling too. But
mhm,
we were still going fairly light. But at one point, I got from under him, and I get to the side, I push him, and he kind of really just kind of sat there. My
mhm.
sister was like, "No, no, 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 no. You got to like the objective is to be like we can fight from the bottom, but you always want to be on top. You always want to be the top. You don't
I'm an
want to be the
adult. I'm
bottom.
an adult. I'm an adult, Dante. I can listen to you say this and not giggle. I'm an adult.
No,
Go
no.
ahead, continue.
Like go ahead, giggle. You want to laugh at it.
I was like, I felt you staring at me into my soul as you were saying that. I was like, God damn it, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna
Like,
crack.
like just like you always want to be on top, never the bottom. Then just stop and
Yeah,
stare
yeah.
and just pause, like and give the blink, like the blink stare.
It ripped my soul.
Like I know you want to laugh, you
Oh
immature
god.
prick.
Oh yeah.
But no, but
Talking jujitsu's got to be so hard as an adult.
well, not, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, it's like wrestling. Like my buddy used to talk wrestling all the time. And he's like,
Mm.
"You gotta get up behind him. You gotta grab him by the waist." And I was like, "Yeah." And then what else?
It's
And
like
he's like, "Fuck you, man. This is a style. This is a craft." And I was like, "It sounds pretty gay to me."
But that's the thing though too. It's like when you're talking about a grappling sport though too. Like for me at least, like I say it with confidence and like dead seriousness. So
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, people might laugh, but it's like also remember I can fuck you up.
right.
So just keep laughing. It's like,
Say,
oh
hey,
well,
there is nothing wrong with being a top or a bottom. You,
like
whatever makes you happy. You
it's like I
you
mean
work whatever side you want, Dante.
at least I didn't say like so yeah, when we're grappling, you want to make sure you're pitching, not catching.
Hmm.
Like,
That's
oh,
how that's how I would do it every time. If I trained in jujitsu, that's exactly what I would say. Be like, hey, before we start, be like, all right, you pitching or catching?
I should start saying that whenever we have to start from a guard. It's like, all right, we start in guard. All right, so you want to catch or pitch? Like, what
Absolutely,
the
you
fuck
should
does that
absolutely
mean?
do that. Your next one.
It's
It
like,
really it weeds out the homophobes. You know who you don't want to associate with after that.
well, it's like it's weird because it's like
If they giggle, it's fine. If they take it too seriously and get mad, you don't want to be friends with them.
it's like I don't I don't know that we have anyone that's gay
Yeah.
like at any of the gyms, and I don't think anyone would care if there was anyone else gay.
No, yeah, like why would there be? I always used to hate that in high school. They were always like, well, I don't want to do wrestling because like, what if there's a gay guy? I was like, what if? I was like, I'm sure he's not attracted to you, and if he was, he'd
Yeah.
probably not wrestle with you because it's an awkward moment anyway.
So I remember my buddy. We're all sitting there talking, and I don't know what my buddy said. We were younger,
Yeah.
but someone says, "Ew, man, he gay," like joking with them. And then my buddy was like, "Yeah, well, if I am, you'll get your ass beat by this gay dude." And like everybody was like, they
It's like,
they didn't know how to respond because it's like,
especially back then, that was like a big statement.
Well, because that's the whole thing. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you get your ass beat, then it's like, well, you really don't have a comeback because he's right.
Mhm.
He'd beat the shit out of you and then make you his girlfriend.
Right.
So
Just wink. Yeah.
you're
Hold my
like,
pocket, bitch.
I was just about to say it.
You
But
mine now.
nah, I don't know.
The booty
It's
warrior.
like talking jujitsu just with people who don't normally even understand what's going on. There are ways to kind of talk around it because we know
Mhm.
we have to explain shit too. Because if I have to explain, all right,
Mhm.
guard. What's guard? Well, that's when one person's laying down and the other person's in between their legs. Like,
Mhm. I
and they're
feel like
like,
that has to
yeah,
be. I know because being in martial arts, I've been in situations. Especially if you train with other sexes.
yeah.
Like, there's always that one position that's like really awkward to train in, but you got to do it because it's fucking. This is life or death sometimes. But like, I've always felt like in jujitsu, it's specifically a weird moment.
No, it's not.
I assume it's. I was just. I assume it's for first time. Like first time it is, and then
Mhm.
after that, it's strictly business.
Maybe
Yeah.
I when I really think back to when I first rode with a female, I don't. It wasn't weird to
But
me.
I'm sure it felt natural to you.
Um, so it's one of those things where it's like, at least, well, because my main training partner,
Mhm.
it's a female,
Yeah.
and
I feel like they'd be better at jujitsu most of the time because they're more
yeah,
flexible. Yeah.
well, not just that, they tend to be more technical.
Yeah, because they have to. Yeah, they can't. They're not going to overpower you, so they got to be smarter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. She beats the shit out of me all the time. It's
Yeah.
just that's just the way it is. I mean, yes, if I wanted to, and I don't know, she's actually kind of strong too.
Oh yeah.
So,
This is both. Then you're really fucked.
and the thing is, she's a small woman. She's not
Yeah.
big.
Is that
She's like,
the lady you post quite a bit with? Oh God, I feel like I've seen her in a video. Right? Have you posted
um,
something with her?
I don't know that I have. Maybe not.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe
If
not
I
then.
if I did, it's been a while.
Okay. I
Um,
thought that was the one that you have on the show every so often.
oh no.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, she's fucking good too.
Yeah.
Like it's that's just the thing. It's like people that, at least for me, when I'm doing jujitsu with anyone, it's like I want to train with people that are, taking it serious. And when I say
Yeah.
serious, I mean it's like, you make your reps count.
Hmm.
It's not like you're coming out there and you're just fucking off on the reps. You're just going through the motions. Because I do have, people that I've trained with that have done that. And it's like, God, like, well, what are you getting out of this? Like,
Yeah. How are you getting better? Yeah.
just like, I just want to get to the sparring. It's like, okay. Like,
Yeah.
well, look, I'm here. And the thing is, if coach said do it this way, I'm going to do it that way.
Hmm.
I'm not one of those YouTube guys where it's like, well, I saw this on YouTube and I'm going to try it this way. Like, nope. If coach said to shoot for the triangle this way, shoot for the triangle this way.
Yeah.
And because first off, coach is a black belt.
Hmm.
So like, we're just going to go with that. Like, we know, I've seen them in action, but also it's just like, look, I'm here learning from this guy.
Hmm.
I'm not learning from YouTube. Otherwise I wouldn't come here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was gonna say I always sort of took stuff and twisted it into my own sometimes, like put your own little flair on it.
Well, yeah, you have
Yeah.
to at some points. But I mean, like if I'm sitting there, repping the triangle or the arm bar, I'm gonna
Hmm.
rep it that way during class. Now, if we have
Yeah.
open mat, then you get to kind of tweak it a little bit now because it's your time, so
Hmm.
you can kind of manipulate the move a little bit how it works best for you. So I know I'm trash at arm bar from mount. I can't
Hmm.
do that shit. Not the way that coach wants it done. I just for whatever reason I can't do it. But what I can do, I can still do an arm bar variation from mount, but I'm not, doing the full spin and then fall into my back. I'm gonna still
Hmm.
be sitting up with your arm, controlled. So,
Sounds interesting. I have to see that one.
I
I'm
will
trying to envision it.
I don't I might have a video of it. I
Okay. Yeah, you
feel
should
like
definitely
I have
send
a
it to me.
video somewhere on my phone of it.
No.
But like, yeah, you do have to kind of make the moves work for you because not everyone has the same body type. So
Yeah. Mine was
like,
always a strength problem. Like I don't have very strong arms, but like I did Taekwondo for years and years and years. So when I went to different martial arts, I had to learn to use my hands more.
Okay.
And so I had to learn to use them to drag you into kicks and stuff, So like a lot of grappling ended up as like I fell towards Muay Thai a lot more. Like the clinch was always like my home. Like I ripped people up in the clinch. This poor guy, we sparred. I went to what was it? This was while I was doing Wing Sun, and they had this intensive training thing. So like this guy started a dojo out at his house. I drove to like bumfuck nowhere to go do this training session, and it was just a bunch of dudes fighting in a shed. And I was like, I'm so down for this right now. And like, we started out light training, pity pat, and then this guy was like, all right, let's actually go. And he's a pretty big dude. And I was like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, man, show me what you got. Show me what you got. And he sort of wrapped up with me. This poor guy, he pushed forward at me. So I whipped him into the wall. I fucking broke their brand new wall. I put his ass like in the wall. And I was like, I am so sorry. Cause I had him in the tie clinch. I just sort of whipped him around.
Nice.
Oh man, it was so much fun. But yeah, like we that place was awesome. I wish I could remember the name of said. I'm sure they don't train out of his shed anymore, but like it was the most sketchy thing I've ever done. And then I got there and I was like, this is like a fight club. I love it.
I had a friend years ago when we used to work together. He was like, we should start a fight club. And he's like, okay, that's okay, we can try it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I'll fuck all y'all. This is before I started training. I was like, I'll fuck all y'all up. But I mean, I'm just going off pure like grit, like the mindset of like, well, my mind is too strong to lose. But like, okay, when I choke you unconscious, it won't be strong to be unconscious. I remember he used to like, yeah, we should do a fight club.
Getting choked out is always that like one moment to where like you're rather going to pump adrenaline and survive said submission, or you're just going to go out. It's such a scary moment. Anyway, I'm sorry. Continue. I got off. Fight club.
no. I'm just like we obviously never did it. Well, I'd say obviously like there's some proof, but like we never ended up doing the fight club. But there are times where I'm like, dude, kind of wish we did.
See, if only you lived closer. We removed the pool, and we had an above ground pool in our backyard, and they put it together super shitty. So I was like, let's just get rid of it. The pump's broken. Everything's fucked up. So we take it apart, and it left this big sand pit. And my first thought was like, why do I not know anybody around here that does martial arts so we could fight in my backyard? Like I've always wanted to have that sand pit fucking Bruce Lee fight.
Yeah.
Like, cause you can slam people and it hurts, but it's like, it's like a built-in mat.
It's funny because it's just when you think about just like regular backyard fighting, like because at one point in our childhood we had some boxing gloves.
Oh yeah.
So we all decided let's start boxing. I'm sorry, we had a pair of boxing gloves. So one person.
Do you not have the sock and boppers?
we had one pair of boxing gloves. We were not. We didn't have money enough to buy two pairs. So one person had to, we paper scissors rock to see who's gonna get the right hand and who's gonna get the left. I ended up with the left a lot.
That sucks. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it was just like
I might as well be feather dusting your fucking cheek at that point. You give me the left-hand glove.
Well, I mean, I started figuring out how to like generate some power from it, but I mean, my one buddy, we call him Brutus.
Yeah,
like it didn't matter. Like, well, no, there was one. So at some point, I do believe we did end up with two pairs of gloves. Yeah, because we're in the kitchen boxing. I don't know why we're in the kitchen boxing. We were some
kitchen where the scrap goes down. You can run into stuff in there. It's solid.
We were really, really stupid people.
Yeah,
growing up. But we're boxing. He's covering up. And there was just a perfect opening. Boom, body shot right in the stomach. I saw his facial expression change from like, joking and giggling to I'm gonna kill him. And my only thought was, I'm so sorry.
I need to go.
And it basically I got cornered between the fridge and the wall and just got murdered. Like, dude, no more. But it's like being kids and thinking like, yeah, like let's go out and have like a fight club, or let's put the gloves on. These days it's more like, well, I had a friend who I actually was training on Sundays because he and his cousins were basically doing something similar to this. So he came to me to, learn jiu-jitsu to add into his game. And you could see he knew a little bit of something. When I say a little bit of something, I'm not exaggerating the term little. He like knew what an armbar was, and that's about it.
I think,
but
not to perform it, but he knew what it was.
Correct.
Yeah.
So every time, once we got to the armbar chapter, you could see he was excited, and he was finding ways to make the armbar his. He was finding ways to make that armbar work from other angles. I was like, I was happy about that. And I started thinking, I was like, dude, when they go back into, fighting in their backyard again, I want to go there and just watch.
He's gonna hurt somebody.
I want to see what did he pick, because like the heavy bags would be hanging out, and he'd go over and start hitting the heavy bag. I was like, please don't do that ever again. like when you get back to the back, oh, she was fucking horrible. And I'm not good at all, but he's worse than me. And if you're worse than me, then you may as well just fucking give up. Because
I used to think I was pretty decent at it. My buddy Gino, I don't know if he's going to listen to this or not, but he'll appreciate
anyone
this.
named Gino is okay with me.
Oh man, that boy. Well, his name's Mike, but we've known each other. We met through Xbox. He's one of the crew that we all know each other for like 15 plus years. And so he came down. He lived with me for a little bit, and we were sitting there talking about boxing and stuff, because he used to be he was working in the circuit. He wasn't like pro, but he was like semi-pro.
I mean, that's enough.
And he's a big old boy. He's stout. He's a little bit shorter than I am, and his arms are fucking. He did construction his whole life, so his arms are huge. And I'm sitting there working the back, like sort of punching at it, and I'm like trying to get the hook down. I've never been very good at boxing, but I knew basics. And I was sitting there, and he hit it and popped it really good. And I was like, ooh, I can make that pop too. And like, my legs, I can tear shit up with my legs. Like, Taekwondo for years. So like I busted as hard as I could. I was like, boom. And I was like, yeah. And I looked at him, like all cocky. I was like, yeah, make that sound with your little fucking arms. This man ripped my heavy bag practically off the goddamn wall. I would never in a million years want to catch a body shot from that man. It popped as loud as my leg. And I was like, I've been kicked by people stronger than me, and I wouldn't want to fuck with that. I was like, he can do that with his arm. Yeah, like, no, thank you.
We used to have a boxing ring at our old gym, and there's a guy. We're friends on Facebook, I guess, because through the gym we friended each other. But he travels a lot. I've not seen him back since, but I see him always traveling and shit. But he was there, and he was like, one of our guys who was prepping for a fight, an MMA fight. He's like, hey, you want to spar a little bit? Let's get in the ring and box. And I don't think he was expecting what he got. And even watching the way that my teammate was hitting, though, it was like, it looked like he was just kind of toying with him. Yeah. And he caught him with a right hook, and it was like, you saw the knees buckle. Oh, and he asked me to record. The guy who asked my teammate to spar, he asked me to record, and I felt bad recording that shit because I was like,
I love that type of shit. Yeah, right. Like, should I zoom in and watch him? Like squirm for a second. Like,
do I zoom in? Do I hit the slow mo button?
Did you see that? Like, I always like those videos. Like, I don't know too much about that situation, but like, you ever seen the people who are like come off the street and they're like, I want to fight the boxing guy here. Yeah. Like, I'll bet I could whoop his ass. It's like, I don't have the balls. Like, I used to, don't get me wrong, I was the guy for a while that when I started a new gym, I wanted to spar with the guy who ran it, just because I don't want to learn anything from somebody I could beat up. Clearly, I don't need it if I could whoop your ass. So I did used to do that douchey thing, but never once did I come in thinking I was going to kick the fuck out of said person. I was always like, I got to be really careful because they're going to hurt me.
Yeah.
And I just do not understand the balls on some people to walk off the street with no training whatsoever and just be like, I'm gonna fuck this professional boxer up. Like, not once.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a weird world, man, where people, they look at MMA, they look at jiu-jitsu, they look at martial arts period and think, oh, well, it's choreographed, or
mhm.
it only works in the right situation. And it's like,
Well, and in fairness, it looks a little easy from an overhead perspective.
for the
Like
most part.
it's like a video game. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I could do that, and then you try and you realize that they're doing something amazing, like
Yeah.
in that ring, like reading those shots and stuff. It's a whole different level of
Oh,
humanity.
yeah.
Like,
Well, it's a language
yeah,
that
hmm
like you're deciphering. It's like we make jokes about Taekwondo in the jiu-jitsu world
Taekwondo's sort of
constantly.
trash. I do have to admit.
Well, so it is, but it isn't,
hmm
because
Don't get
like,
kicked.
yeah, basically, yeah,
Yeah, like anything else. If you get us anywhere, if you get inside, I'm gonna run away like a bitch. Not anymore. I've learned some stuff with my hands now, but like
yeah,
used to be, you got in my circle, my panic button hit, and I was like, I'm not comfortable in this range. So that's really it. Like we're always lining up for the punches are weak little baby hits to
yeah.
make you think, oh, this guy's not a threat, and then you get caught with that right leg, and then you're unconscious. So like that, it's just a lineup.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, we can make all the jokes about it that we want in the jiu-jitsu
Mhm.
community, but the thing is, even with jiu-jitsu, it's like, if I can't get you to the ground, I don't got shit either. I mean, there are a couple
Mhm.
submissions we could do standing, but for the most part, if I can't get you down to the ground,
Mhm.
I don't got shit for you. So if as long as you could keep us standing, you're winning.
Yeah.
But I mean, but that's with all of them though, because it's like
Mhm.
with boxing, if a boxer gets to a MMA ring, cage, whichever, and if he has takedown defense, there's a good chance he's going to win. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
watching PFL right now, and Clarissa
Mhm.
Shields, who is uh, one of the most decorated women boxing champions in history, she just lost.
Yeah.
So,
Just went to a
and
whole new world.
yeah, I mean, she
Yeah.
in this was her second MMA fight. So her
Mhm.
debut, she was getting dominated, but she pulled it out in the third round and got a TKO. But this fight, she won the first round, but the girl figured out, like, look, let me get this girl to the ground. She ain't got nothing for me.
Mhm.
So that's the thing. It's like, if you are a stand-up fighter, you can keep it standing. Yeah, you're gonna definitely win. But if the second they get in and get you to the ground, like, yeah, sambo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, judo, they're all gonna fuck you up.
Oh
But
yeah.
all martial arts deserve respect to one degree or the other. Even though, like I said, in jiu-jitsu we definitely make fun of taekwondo.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah. Well, and like, even like I said, even somebody who's done it for years, like I see when I got out and did different martial arts, I realized the limitations of Taekwondo,
yeah,
because everything they taught you with your hands is bullshit, and most of the kicks don't really work, because there's very rare times you end up with, I'm not going to be able to land a spinning back kick 90% of the time. Maybe to the body, you could land them to the body pretty easy, but
yeah,
you're not kicking somebody in the head with that every single time. Like, you're
no,
not going to
that's
be able to
true.
do those fancy jump kicks, because they're a read from a mile away. When you're fighting somebody competent, you see that coming from hours ago. Like, that's how people get caught up a lot in sparring matches in Taekwondo, is they do a fancy kick and you're like, well, I can just throw a front kick and smack you in the face and then this is over. Like, maybe you shouldn't have done the fucking 360 side kick. Like,
That's the thing. Even with jiu-jitsu, or really anything, really, it's like, I'm a strong believer in mastering the basics.
mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because it's like, look, if I'm doing taekwondo and you got a guy trying to do that's spin kick, yeah, I'm just going to throw a front kick.
Yeah.
I've done that enough to know that works. I've got it down. I'm just going to use that because I know I'm probably not going to miss.
What always blows my mind is the two-touch kick. You ever seen the two-touch spin kicks?
Yeah,
I don't know how they place those. It blows my fucking mind. Like,
Let's see. Now that I've discovered I can talk and Google at the same
and
time,
Google.
oh my
Yeah.
god, this is fascinating.
Yeah.
I didn't have this
The two touch
capability
kick is
before.
one of the it's super fancy and it looks super cool. But like legitimately, if you just grappled on the first part, they're not spinning. Like, like so I mean, you better be in perfect distance, like perfect distance.
I love how my computer heard that. So when I went to two touch, it came right up.
Yep.
I was like,
It's like, don't worry, I'm listening to your conversation.
I'm definitely going to get flagged for that. So,
FBI sitting there being like, well, let's listen to this fat guy talk about Taekwondo.
actually, this is a video game. It looks like someone's playing UFC.
Probably. That is one of them. Yeah. That's
okay.
I like that. That's the only two touch kick I've ever landed that's not on a bag is in the UFC game.
Yeah, it's definitely
that shit doesn't happen very often.
It's definitely a game because it's some black dude with a mohawk just knocked out Conor McGregor. So
yeah, there you go.
It's for sure a video game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, at least they'll show you what the kick was, you know? You'll see the only reason that it came up in a video game and not in a real fight is because it happens maybe like once. You get that kick on a guy who you've shooken up so bad that he's scared of the first kick.
Yeah.
That's really the only time you have to really, that's not something you throw in the beginning and land unless somebody's really like unexperienced with you. Like,
I mean, that's I think a lot of stuff, like a lot of fights though. Because I mean, again, if I'm grappling with somebody, and I mean, honestly, if something went down and I got to get into some kind of a tussle with somebody, I'm going to try to get to their back and just really kind of hold them in place.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in position for a rear naked choke. You know, again, basics. You know, or if you get them down and just get them out, and just what we say to the kids: grapevines and airplane hands. And just put all your weight from your hips into their chest. And they're not going anywhere. But these are all basic things. You know, there's no need to like get into a bar fight and then try to fucking do an Imanari roll to a fucking heel hook.
Though it sounds fancy.
It is. And
Ryan or a really good sushi roll. I can't tell which one.
UFC fighter Ryan Hall had a fight a couple months back and he kept trying that move over and over and over and over until he got knocked out. So clearly
so it's sometimes you really want to get that fancy ending, you know?
So he's a good
I've been put on my ass trying to do something stupid.
He's a good fighter, but like really like all his wins have come from heel hook. So, and to get to that heel hook, especially in an MMA fight, you know, if you're fighting a guy who doesn't want to go down to the ground, you have to trick him. And going to that Imanari roll is one of your fastest routes to that. Otherwise, if you're trying to get this guy to the ground and he doesn't want to go to the ground, he has good takedown defense, you're never getting that heel hook. And that's just the short and narrow of it. But in a bar, if you, for whatever reason, say, oh, I'm going to pull guard or I'm going to do an Imanari roll, yeah, you deserve to get your ass beat. It's like, if you're honestly, and I posted a video on my TikTok, one of the TikToks. I got too many fucking social media accounts, number one. I need to fucking chill. I think it was the BJJ Wiki TikTok where I think it was Jocko Willick talking about fighting and basically not engaging. And, you know, all these tough guys got in my comments talking about, you know, what they would do. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, I mean, the smart thing to do, honestly, again, is to just avoid the fight if it's possible.
Not fight. Absolutely. What was it? It's easy to win a fight when you don't start one.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I say this as a 43-year-old man versus when I was much younger. I was always quick to look for the fight. It was like, I want in. I'd be the first one to swing. It's like, but if I see my friends fight, I'm trying to break it up. It's like, no. We family. Yeah. But then as soon as somebody says something goofy, I'm like, motherfucker.
See, I was always proud of myself. I was usually the one rather hit first or swung on first. I usually tried to stay out as best as possible, but mostly because have you ever kicked somebody like hard roundhouse kick, like caught somebody?
I have not.
the sound that it makes is gross, and like, and it makes it's always put a fear in my, like, because I've landed that in a street fight. Like I caught some dude when I was in Vegas, and I had I don't know if you remember soaps, but they were, yeah, the grind plate.
Mm-hmm.
I caught him with a spinning heel kick, and I could hear the plate hit him on the side of the head, and I was like, he's dead. Like, I was like, I just killed this kid. Luckily, he was fine. Like, I must have hit him in like a strong part of his head or something. But fucking, like, he was out. I thought I killed him. I went home. His brother had to drag him home. Like, like I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm in jail. I'm going to jail. Like,
I've only had one person swing on me because for the most part, I'm generally a nice guy.
Yeah. Oh, let me finish. I'm so sorry, real fast.
Oh,
but
yeah,
that's why I never started fights like that. Is because I was always worried about hurting somebody real bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to finish that statement.
Well, that's the thing though too. That's an important thing about fighting is when you know violence and you know what's possible, you don't want to do it.
Yeah. And it's not even a fear of just myself hurting someone. They can easily do the same to me. I don't know what this person's capable of.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
It's not that I'm scared. It's just I'd rather not find out. Like, you know, like I'm down to fight. If they really, like, I've never been one to shy away. If you're going to start it, we're finishing it. But
yeah, exactly.
You know, but I'm not out here hunting for it.
Well, I used to always say, you know, with my friends, it's like, look, I'm not gonna, like, you hit me, chances are it might have been a mistake. I don't know. You hit me twice. People fuck up. Twice. You're not getting to a third one though. Like, that's just I mean, and it's if you didn't hit me hard enough to knock me out. Now I've only had one person ever swing on me. It was at a New Year's party that I threw at my job. My job was not equipped for New Year's parties, but whatever. We had one anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel someone punch me in the neck. And I was like, what the how dare you? And I grabbed him. Like, I grabbed his coat because it's wintertime, New Year's. So I grabbed his the collar of his coat and I tripped him, land on top of him, and bit him. But like,
I've never been. What is up with you guys? Fucking, you're the second person I've known that's bitten someone in a fight. My buddy talks about. He's like, it's a street fight, man. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Like, I'm not biting nobody.
Well, so the way it went down is I tripped him, and I started punching him. He's wearing a baggy ass coat, so I was like, well, fuck. So I hit him in his nuts twice. And then I rolled his coat up and bit him in the stomach. So the bite was definitely deliberate because I had intentions of biting. I bit him in the stomach. And then my then girlfriend, now wife, is up the hallway. She said she knew that it was a fight because she heard this motherfucker's biting me. So she knew what time it was.
In there biting somebody.
Fuck him. He punched me in the neck. I couldn't eat a double cheeseburger for the fucking rest of the week. This shit happened on like a Tuesday. I couldn't eat a fucking burger until Saturday. My fucking, like, you know, that shit. It didn't hurt.
I always said I would want to spar with you, but I take it back. And we're not sparring ever.
Well, I don't bite people anymore. I mean, I don't think. I mean, I haven't been in a fight in a while. But no. But that's the only time like anyone's ever like thrown a punch at me. Well, like throwing the first punch, I should say. But
yeah,
and it was fucking weird to me because it's like, wow, like that's weird. Like normally it's me.
It must be nice to be on that end. What's that like? Fucking, I always was like my jaw still clicks. Like, I don't know if you can hear it.
It doesn't sound good.
A little bit, yeah. From where I'm usually the person going, well, fuck, are we gonna do this? Or are we gonna? And then they hit me mid statement. so usually that's how it goes. Yeah.
So I'm usually
I'm always the one running my mouth, getting punched about halfway through, and then it's on.
I'm usually the peacemaker, though.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase it. I'm the peacemaker when I see my friends are getting into a scrap.
Yeah.
But if I feel like, you know what I need to do? I need to make some shit happen. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and be the first to act. Is That's very rare that that would have ever happened, but there have been
Hmm.
moments where, I'd be holding the ball, I throw it in the air, watch them look up for the ball,
Hmm.
and then just start swinging. It's like, you dumb fuck. Have you never seen anything in life?
What
And
is it?
like,
Love Guru, where they do that? Never
yeah,
watch the bottle.
yeah. It's like, why are you looking at the ball?
Yeah.
Um, it's like, well, one time I threw the ball too high, and the guy he just dismissed the ball,
Yeah.
and I still swung and missed, and I was like, okay, now I'm committed. So because he
So
saw it coming, so I got it. Now I got to really like charge in. But
so the first time you did that, did you expect them to go out immediately?
so yes, yeah, that
Yeah.
because
I
just
I've noticed that look on people's faces because every time I've been hit and I come back and look at them and they're like, it's not like a fear of me. It's just that they realize that this isn't a movie and we're gonna scrap.
yeah. Well,
Like,
so
yeah.
it was more of a like he did. It wasn't that I thought he was gonna go out. I thought he would fall at least,
Yeah.
and he didn't. So I was like,
It,
well, fuck.
humanity is a lot more solid than they look sometimes. They're also
Yeah.
very fragile in certain ways, but like, fucking, if you hit them in the wrong spot, they're just gonna stand there and be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, yeah. Like if you punch somebody in the neck,
Mhm.
chances are they're gonna trip you,
Like,
punch you in the nuts, and then bite you in the stomach.
why are
So,
you punching people in the neck? That's such a meaty part of your body.
well,
What do you
for what
expect?
I
Well, he's like, this is, if you use it like a karate chop, it puts people out. So if I punch him, he's just gonna fall immediately.
so from what
Like,
I understand,
mhm,
and I don't know if this is true, they said that was probably the first punch he's ever thrown,
probably
and I was like, probably.
because you shy away from the face the first couple of times.
So
Like it's sort of like when you shoot a gun, like what they say in the military, when you first hit like the field, you're not trying to shoot. Even though you are trying to save yourself and protect people, most of the time you're shooting away because it's human nature to not
yeah.
shoot each other. Yeah.
Well, like even with his punch though, it was like because it was only one punch.
Mhm.
It wasn't like because for me,
Did he have the
well,
shock look on his face? It's my favorite when he's like, "You're not unconscious. I'm super strong."
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what the look was
uh,
because I turned around, grabbed him, tripped him. It was like, bitch, you made a mistake.
do you do the
Um,
rage fight? I've never. I've ever since I've like got out of like when I got into martial arts more
so
towards the later end. I always did like analysis while I'm fighting, opposed to like rage fighting.
so when I was younger, it was always rage fighting.
Yeah.
Once I got into martial arts, I haven't been in a fight. Not like I've been out once and I had to wrap someone up, but it
Hmm.
wasn't. But that entire time I'm breaking everything down in my mind where it's like I need to get wrist control. I need to make sure that I've got his back and I need to pinch my knees so that way I know that I have him secure so he can't turn around.
Isn't it
And
so weird how clear and slow everything is when you're breaking it down like that? I love
yes,
it. That's
it,
like one of the coolest things in fighting. Like I always heard the slow mo thing, and I was like, the first couple times I fought it was bullshit because everything was
yeah.
coming so fast. But like when you really like get experienced and break shit down, you can see. I guess because you can see things coming.
Well, yeah, it's almost like you know what to expect, even though a
Yeah.
fight is still unpredictable. You
Oh
still
yeah.
have an ideal of what to expect.
Unless you're fighting a street fighter, which is he's going to throw dominant hand first, and then he's going to heavy haymaker the other hand,
Yeah,
like,
and
and it's going to be a blind swing back and forth because they tick-tock 1 1 2 1 2. It's
I
never
mean,
a mix up.
and the thing is, even with that, it's usually always up top. It's always up
Hmm.
high.
Oh,
You
always
lower,
head hunting. Yeah.
yeah. So if you lower your levels and just go ahead and fucking shoot in for a
Hmm.
double, they don't know what to do other than just take the ground and think like, well, because their mindset is like in wrestling wrestlers, they
Hmm.
don't want to be on their back. So most people have that same mindset. They don't want to be on their back, so they'll roll to their belly.
Yeah,
It's
jujitsu
like
scary on the back.
that's exactly. I want you on your belly
Yeah.
because now I can fucking choke you, you
Hmm.
doofy fuck. Um, but no, it's like, yeah, the whole breakdown now as you see things moving slow, it's like,
Hmm.
okay, you can now analyze everything as it's moving because like I tell the kids, it's like what you're going to do. Don't worry about what they're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, your breakdown, your steps. If they do this, you do this. If they do that, you do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what goes through my mind. It's like, all right, cool. I got his back, and I need to make sure that I keep him from turning around and getting into my guard. But if he does get into my guard, I know what to do from there too. Because he doesn't have good balance. I could just sweep this motherfucker over.
What is it my sensei used to say? Let the fight evolve you, not you evolve the fight. I can't remember if it's the other way around or not. It might be the other way around.
It could be
because it's about control. So it's like you react opposed to try to force it.
Yeah. You don't want to make things happen. You want to react
because if you try to make it, you're gonna get caught doing something stupid.
Correct.
Yeah. So one of the ways of saying that, I can't remember how he used to say it.
I mean, my objective in any matter is just to,
win,
not get hurt and not hurt anyone else. That's that. So if I have to walk away, I will.
Yeah.
That I would gladly and proudly walk away. I mean, the only way I'm going to get physically involved is if my wife or my daughter are in danger. And
or
even
if
with
somebody calls you a bitch,
or if they call me chicken.
Chicken. All right, chicken. What is his name in that movie? Fuck.
Marty McFly.
Yeah, Marty McFly.
I mean, it's like, what was it? The scene from the first Spider-Man with fucking Tobey Maguire when he has the lunch tray.
Yeah,
and everything's moving in slow-mo. That's what it's like to me.
Or
no, when Flash threw the punch, that's what it was. He stepped to the side.
It's an experience thing, because the higher level you fight, the faster it seems. But like once you've learned enough, it seems like they're fighting in slow-mo.
Yeah.
I
mean, because
especially Street Fighters. Street Fighters do the same shit every time. If they get too close, they're going to grapple you. If they're at a distance, they're going to haymaker your face.
I mean, and that's the thing though too. If they have any kind of grappling experience, it could get a little trickier. But for the most part, I mean, most Street Fighters are just going to try to throw those haymakers in. And that's
bear hug, try to headlock is like their go-to.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, it's still dangerous because they can catch you, but chances are, again, if you know what's coming, you know what to do. You really just kind of let them gas themselves out anyway, because the average fighters only got about 45 seconds in their gas tank at best.
Yep. So endurance is a big player.
Like, let them get tired.
My first sparring match, I'll never forget. Fucking the dude gassed me and just like beat the shit out of me in this ring. I was so mad at myself. After that, I started cardio like crazy.
Well, that's always been kind of my thing too, is just make sure my cardio is intact at the very least.
And don't go for kill shots off the top.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, once you're in that position where you know what you're doing, or at least you feel comfortable enough, you're not going to gas yourself out. You know how to pace yourself and pick your shots and pick your moves versus like just swinging haymakers for like a full 30 seconds, hoping to catch someone. And then you don't.
How Dante Wilder did in the 5th round to bring it back around. Where he threw those 4 haymakers and I was like, dude is done. That's game.
Yeah, he knew. He was just like, all right.
He's just trying to knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, because I mean, he knew he was getting outboxed. He was like, I need to do something. I need to get him out.
Yep.
I mean, and to his credit, he got 2 knockdowns on him. So
one that he should have won on, I will say. But
I mean, well, that's the thing with boxing. It's like, shouldn't you just have a counter, like someone, or like an official counter, and not the ref?
But that's no fun. Then you can't just keep forcing them to fight and get the advertisements in,
True. Also, I wonder, I don't know, like when my daughter's brushing her teeth, like I tell her to count to 10 and then switch, to the next section. And then she asked me to count. And when I'm counting, my count's way different than hers. Yeah. She's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm like, no. But then when I count, mine is like, my 10-second count is like 20.
Well, here you go. Are you ready? We're about to get weird. Time is a concept, and everyone's time is different, Dante.
Fuck their time.
Your clock would be different than my clock, even though we've both been existing in the same place, just because how time works.
My time is the most important.
I mean, technically, you're not wrong. You're viewing life through your timer.
You're fucking right, doggy. I'm absolutely fucking right. That's a conversation for a whole nother time, though, because I'm down for for that talk.
I love
It's
that
like,
shit. Hey, I'm sick right now, so we gotta. I got a bunch of crazy talk for you.
oh no, trust me, we're
I
not
could give you
done.
the mushroom talk.
No. We'll get to the crazy talk.
Sweet, I
We'll
can't wait.
we'll get to it. But right now, we're on the level right now.
There we
But
go.
trust me, when it's time, it's on because I have I have a lot of shit going on up top.
Yeah, I can
It's-
have you on for so I've been working at eventually I'm gonna get motivated and do it. If you come on, you'll push me to do it because that's
well,
why I'm here tonight.
let me know.
Yeah,
So,
I wanted to do a conspiracy show. I'm finally gonna reveal the name. Don't steal it. I've heard not you listeners.
yeah.
Yeah. It was called the Tinfoil Bunker.
I like it.
Yeah. And I was going to talk about like conspiracy theories. Like I want to do oh God, what is it called? The Mandela Effect. I wanted to start off with
Dude,
Mandela.
I'm all over it. I want to be on
Mhm.
that one. I'm
Absolutely.
in
Okay.
that.
That was my first episode, so we can do it. We'll do that. We'll plan this out. We'll get it done because I
Perfect.
want to do it, and I've been from where me and Will have been taking this break. Like I've been wanting to do it because this is my healing. Like this keeps me from thinking because when I'm talking, I'm just running my mouth and functioning on instinct, so I don't have to deal with my problems. It's a bad coping mechanism, but a good one all at the same time.
No, it's look, dude, like I'm in that boat with you.
Mhm.
I think what you're going through is a more extreme degree than what I'm going through
Mhm.
because like for me, I go through some things.
Yeah.
I go and beat my friends up, and that's how I get through it. Or
Maybe I need to start doing that.
if I don't beat my friends up, they beat the shit out of me. But the
Yeah.
fucked up thing is, sometimes I need that humbling. I
Mhm.
need to be humbled. And there's a post I recently saw, and there's a post that always goes around. Jiu-jitsu is my therapy, and there are people that get upset about that. Like, no, therapy is therapy. It's like, no, you're not wrong, but nor am I.
I would
Like,
say I get it though because video games sometimes like not video games by myself because for some
yeah,
reason I think it's the medicine that makes me not enjoy things as much as I used to.
mhm,
But video games with my friends is like my therapy. Like we get on
absolutely.
there, we play something, and even if I hate like fuck my Gino, one of my best friends, fucking I play Warzone with him all the time, Call of Duty. I hate that game. I suck at it. I'm no good, but I will get on there and play with him because it makes me feel better. Like me hanging out with him, it's like sitting in the same room since we're so far away. Like
I wonder though too if it's support system.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
just being, because that's at least what it sounds, off what I hear, and then also again I go through that too. Like off the mats, that's why this started. Well, it started
yeah.
during COVID, but a big part of that though too is like, look, man, I've been wanting to do a podcast, and then once I got into this flow of having specific guests on,
Mm-hmm.
relationships formed, friendships formed, bonds formed, and I want to do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I get it. I mean, I think do the podcast, dude, and
Yeah.
I think it'll fucking help you immensely.
Yeah, I'm down. Fucking let me know. We'll schedule it.
Yeah.
Like I said tonight. I specifically planned. Like I've been on a couch for like 3 days. So like I was really excited when you said like let's do this. And I was like I can't let Dante down. I have to be on at 9. so like I've been telling Desiree all day. I was like I got something at 9. I got something at 9. Remind me at 9.
Well, I've been like, so I'm off on Wednesdays, so
Mhm.
Tuesday nights I stay up late because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
But there's construction going on behind my house.
Mm-hmm.
They're stripping the road, and they decide to do that at fucking 1:30 and 2:30 in the morning.
It's always
Uh,
convenient timing. Yeah.
yeah, excellent. So I was up. Normally, I'm up to 3 a.m. anyway because I'm fucking dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, I was more exhausted this morning. And then this afternoon, I'm nodding off on the couch like a fucking junkie. I had to
Yeah.
go coach. That pepped me up a little bit when I got to the gym with the kids.
Yeah.
And then when I got home tonight, I'm sitting on the floor with Sophie and I'm fucking nodding off again. I was like, oh no,
Old
not
man.
again. And I was like, I can't. I was like, I don't want to fucking bail.
Yeah.
Like, I need to fucking do this because number one, when you mentioned to me before, things haven't been going great. I was like, I just want to talk with you. Like, let's just get together and talk. That's why we were like, what's the theme? What's the topic? I was like, nah, let's just talk.
Yeah, that's why I called while I was waiting for the thing to load, and I was like, I just want to talk to him. I don't even care. It's like the worst case scenario, we'll just talk on the phone if I can't get this to load.
Yeah, it's like if we don't record, we'll just fucking talk. We're friends.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, let's go ahead and talk. Like I always tell people, like with podcasts are just conversations with friends that people get to listen in on.
Yep.
And
it's like sitting in a coffee shop and you're being creepy, listeners.
Yeah. But
you're welcome. I saw the wince. That's what I wanted. I do that to Will all the time on our show. This mic has such good ASMR.
Like, I need to toy with this mic a little bit more because I like it.
Yeah.
It
sounds good.
Like,
I don't know how it translates into the show, but it sounds good on my end.
I feel like I might have did the Nightmare on Elm Street episode with this, and I have to go. Yeah. And I didn't feel like my side was bad. My guest, his audio was a little weird, but we got that fixed. But I'm gonna you sound good. Like it sounds really good. So it's
almost like I've done this before.
Hey man, I've been on fucking podcasts for 6 years. I don't feel like I've ever done this shit before.
Oh, see, once I got like the first couple out, I was like, I know what I need to do. I know where the microphone sits at best. Like,
so for
I wish I had my pop filter as my only bother. I don't have my stand right now, as you can tell me holding this shit.
When we do Colompton, it's a little different because again, it's just me and my buddy talking shit.
Yeah.
And we don't have an outline, but we do kind of have I like to have like a 10-minute meeting before we record, so we can at least go over like, okay, you got like what we do is like we'll talk about right now it's NFL season, so we're like, all right, let's talk about 4 games from week whatever. And then like, did you watch any movies this week? Did you read any books? Did you listen? Like, I don't want to go too much to music with him because then it's like he wants to talk. Like he likes a specific style of music and grouping of music, and I mean, I wish.
Yeah,
and it just is everything relates to that. Like I told him to watch Rob Zombie's Halloween, so we talked about that, and he immediately goes into like, well, I figured I'd like it because I like Rob Zombie's music because and he starts talking. It's like, yeah, okay, but we'll hear about the movie, not the movie.
But Rob Zombie's music was great.
I'm a big Rob Zombie fan. Like,
what was it? The digs through the ditches and burns little wishes.
Yeah. Dragula.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I love Living Dead Girl. Feel So Numb. Like, he has a lot of interesting like just,
and he knows how to put on a fucking show.
I bet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I've never seen him personally live, but fucking from what I've seen in videos and what I've heard, yeah, it's amazing.
But yeah, like we'll get on and we'll try to figure out the 4 areas we're going to talk about, and then in between each section we drink a beer, like we sample a beer, just kind of give a rating. So apparently now I guess we're a beer rating podcast because we got a lot of breweries following us.
Yeah.
So just go with
awesome.
that wave.
Yeah. So I want to be on that one. Send me the beers that you guys are tasting.
Yeah, it's weird because he stops at the fucking liquor store before he comes over. So it's just kind of random. He just picks them up at the liquor store that night.
See, you should contact some of the breweries. Hey, breweries, if you're listening, send us some beers.
So seeing that we've got some breweries following us, I'm trying to sort out a way to work something out because Off the Mats and BJJ Wiki, I'm working with a few different like CBD companies and stuff. It's like, okay, cool. I got my niche there. For Colompton, it's like I need to figure that out. And then
get a hold of Line and Kugel.
Who what?
Line and Kugel. Have you ever drank that?
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh, it's like Fruit Loops aftertaste. Oh, it's so good.
We are in the midst of, after doing the Halloween theme episodes for Off the Mats, I really enjoyed doing the horror movie research and just watching stuff. And when I say doing a horror movie research, I just watch the movies. I didn't really research.
Yeah. You watch them and you type, like what I do is I watch the show. Like if anybody ever watches or listens to Why So Nerdy, I usually watch said thing, and I have like a phone full of like critiques as I'm going through. Like
So
I love going through my notes sometimes and finding like me talking shit about a show.
So I'll actually I like to sit down with a notepad.
Mhm.
I'll put something on, and I'll actually like physically write notes.
Oh yeah, see,
Because
I'm too slow.
because my brain, like if I do it in my phone, I'm not gonna remember. But if I physically write them, I don't even fucking need the notes. Like I know that I have it now up here. But
Yeah.
but I'm in the midst of working on a horror movie podcast.
I want to be on so bad. I'm gonna try to get better, and I want to be on one of them. We should absolutely do like a shitty horror film movie, like episode.
So I sat with one friend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 rotating hosts.
Mm-hmm.
And I sat with one the other night, or guest host. I sat with one the other night, and we kind of went over some themes. And I'm going to sit with the next one Friday, which is my wife, and she and I are going to go over some things and kind of cross-reference what I discussed on Monday night. And then the third person, I'm going to see if I can sit with him and go over some content as well. I'm going to try to start this by January, and then basically do it once a month.
In December, we should do Santa Sleigh with Goldberg.
So what I will probably do is open an episode, just have all 4 hosts on, and then kind of break from there, like go everybody have their one individual episode. Probably around June or July, do another one that way. So that way we can all kind of meet back up at midpoint.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like sort of break it down into like one big group and then 3 individual podcasts and then one big group. Yeah, once a month.
And then December will be the finale where we kind of meet back up. And if it's going well, we'll keep it going. But I want to do this test run for 12 episodes, 1 year, see how it goes.
Yeah.
Off the mats, I am working on a project right now, semi handing it over to someone else.
Ooh.
To kind of work on some stuff.
Look at you, CEO.
And that who's getting paid all of nothing.
Hey, it is experience. You're getting paid in experience, Dante.
Well, actually,
like
there's something coming up that will probably bring in a little something.
Hey,
it won't be anything like, that's going to pay bills, but it'll at least take care of the maintenance fees and possibly equipment. But they're like little things that are in motion. I've been trying to work on a website, and then I'm debating if I even really need to have a website. But it's like, why not? Because everything's all in one spot: the shop, the podcast, things like that. So it's these little plus it's like you're saying, it's like doing stuff, like especially stuff that you love. It keeps you stable. It keeps you from crashing. And someone said to me the other day, it was like, dude, you do so much. It's like, I don't feel like I do enough.
It was me, I believe. Yeah. I was like, you're so goddamn busy.
It's like, I don't think I'm busy enough.
Yeah.
I think there's more.
That's good though.
Done. Definitely do the podcast, dude. It'll help.
Yeah. I'm down.
And
here it is. I was waiting for the Spartan kick. Good timing.
Yes.
Say hi to Dante. He can hear
you.
Hey, Dante.
Here it is. Wait, look, here it is. It's in the camera view. Oh, wait. She's there. Oh, I thought that was for you, Michael. Sorry. All right. I'll put it away.
He was showing off his shiny dick.
Yeah,
so I got headphones on so she couldn't hear you. She said it's very impressive. It's chrome.
Never seen one of those before.
Yeah, that's what my grandma said.
The C is chrome.
Fucking weird.
No, big black chrome.
Big chrome cock.
Big chrome cock. BCB or BCC.
I think I might name this episode that.
Yes, please. Oh my God, there's the
big
title.
Chrome
Thank
cock.
you, Ben. Big chrome cock. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Best ending.
All right, so yeah, definitely do the podcast. Let me know when you want to set up a time to record.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in 10,000%.
I'm excited. I've been ready for it for a while, so it'll probably be like next week or whenever you're available.
I mean, I could be available next week. Wednesdays are my best days because I don't train. I coach until 6, then just nightly routine with the kid until like 8:30. But
Yeah, that works out perfectly. I was gonna say, as you saw, it took like until 9 tonight,
yeah,
like 9:20 to even get her in
yeah,
bed.
sometimes it takes that long for us, but I've fucking forced. And then even when I was
You get
waiting,
that chokehold in, man. You just don't have to worry about it anymore.
but it's bad for the brain.
Yeah, they're young; they'll heal.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up here.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you can get to bed. And I did want like to
Me
just
get to bed.
ask,
I'm going to video games.
yeah, actually I'm gonna go play Madden.
Yeah.
I'm in a AFC championship game. I gotta fuck up the
Hey,
Redskins.
hell yeah!
So
Fuck them Redskins.
yeah, I think we're not supposed to
Don't
call them
take
that anymore.
don't take that out of context.
Please do. Please come after us. Like I think most of my listeners is they're in Europe, so I think they're
Yeah.
like, fuck them.
Probably like, what are they talking about?
Like, yeah, fuck their stupidity, stupid
Right.
Americans. We're like, yeah, right.
Stupid
We're
Americans.
fucking dumb as shit.
Right. They're not wrong.
But Michael, thank you for
Yes.
coming on and doing this. And
Absolutely, anytime.
just like having a human conversation with me, man.
Fuck yeah.
Where can we find you? Any shout outs, anything?
Oh God. Why So Nerdy is sort of on a hiatus right now, but we still have a bunch of episodes up.
Hey,
So
I've been
you can
still
always check
using
out there.
Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say the Instagram's always running.
Because I mean, I'm just over there liking Compton stuff from their Instagram.
There you go. Hey, work it. What else? I do need to shout out Desiree's charity. She has a nonprofit organization going on right now. It's called Southern Indiana Humanitarians. If you guys want to donate, anything and everything goes to charity. We don't take a dime. So if you want to help some people out, yeah.
Love it. Charitable hearts.
We just did a Halloween. It was awesome. It didn't turn out as well as we wanted to, but we made a lot of vendor friends. So that's the important thing. Yeah.
Good.
And we had a good time. It was also a lot of fun. Go out and support.
Good. Absolutely.
All them drag queens.
Send me the link for it so I can
yes, yeah, absolutely.
Put that in the notes and pump that through the Instagram as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
that's about it.
Patreon. Get on that Patreon.
Yes. So. Oh yeah, our Patreon. Yeah. Right now it would go to help me since I'm, on short-term disability and crazy. So, if you want to help support my craziness and my healing process, Patreon.
Help my fucking people, y'all.
Right?
What's up?
Yes, please.
We all love each other.
And you get quality content. Ooh, naked.
Me. Silver dicks.
Right? Silver dicks.
All right. Well, everybody out there listening, as always, thank you very much for listening to the show.
Yeah, if you made it all the way through, congrats. That's like a silver star.
Yeah, no shit. 2 hours in. Hey, proud of you. Again, I can't thank you all enough. Each week the numbers are growing, and that puts a big old smile on my face. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. A big shout out to Armbar Attic. That's my friends Eric and Allie. I have to pause when I say it because I think people thought I was saying Erica Allie. No,
yeah,
it's
I could
Eric
say that.
and Allie. A couple kids out of Denver, Colorado. Got some good content on Instagram and TikTok. They're selling their t-shirts. They got some new gear as well. They got sweatshirts and crop top hoodies, which I think I'm gonna get one because I got to show off this midriff.
Yeah.
But go check them out. Also, big shout out to Compton, not Mafia. That was the basketball team that we played for. Compton Social Club. It's my other podcast with my buddy Steve. We drop an episode every Tuesday. We review beers. Go listen to it. And last but not least, big shout out to Nerd Rage Radio. Bobby, Chris, and Joe. Those guys helped me get going. I do appreciate them. Love them to death. We just did a TFCon back on the 23rd. Well, they did TFCon. I just showed up afterward and got drunk and was loud in Baltimore City running the streets. So it was a good time. So I love everybody out there. Rumor Collectors, Nerd Rage Radio. Great time. If you guys have any questions, concerns, always reach out to me. Off the Mats Podcast on Instagram or bjj.wiki on Instagram. There's an email address. It's going to be in the notes. I don't know what it is. You know that. I don't know why I tell you this. But otherwise, you got any questions, concerns, reach out to me. But as I always say, you guys keep listening. I'm going to keep on making the show. Thank you all. Bye.
Peace.
Tinfoil with it. Now let me sing a song.